Welcome to the deep dive. So you sent over some really interesting articles this week, all looking at AI and content creation, right? Marketing copy, video scripts, that sort of thing.
Exactly. And the plan today is to really get into them using prompt engineering.
Think of it as a way to supercharge how you understand what these articles are actually saying about using AI.
Yeah, precisely. For someone like you who's already playing around with these tools, prompt engineering isn't the 101 anymore. It's about, getting those finer points, the techniques that give you an edge.
Right.
So we'll focus on how crafting the right prompts helps pull the most useful stuff out of these articles you've gathered on content creation.
Okay, perfect. And underpinning all this, of course, are the large language models, LLMs. You're probably familiar, but just quickly.
Yeah, they're the AI brains. They've essentially, read a ton of the internet and books and, everything.
Like a research assistant with a near infinite library.
Uh-huh. And because of that, they can understand us, generate text that sounds human for all sorts of tasks.
Writing emails, translation, coding help, summarizing.
Creating stories, poems, you name it. And what's really mind-blowing now are the multimodal ones, like Gemini.
Right, you mentioned that. Some of the pieces touched on how they can understand images, video, audio, too.
Which just opens up completely new ways to use AI for content, doesn't it?
It really does. It's amazing. And thinking about the specific LLMs mentioned in relation to content, GPT-4 comes up a lot.
Yeah, OpenAI's model.
Yeah.
Often praised for, logic, coding, summarizing, good all-rounder, useful for technical bits in content workflows even.
In Gemini, you mentioned its multimodal side, seeing images and video. That feels super relevant for content today.
Definitely. Then there's Claude from Anthropic. It's known for being maybe more polite, safer, good for long chats, which might connect to those articles about collaborative AI tools.
Okay.
And Llama from Meta, that one's open source. So it's behind a lot of custom tools, which some of your sources also mentioned.
So different tools, different strengths for handling content tasks. So, okay, we have these powerful LLMs. How do we actually talk to them effectively to analyze these specific articles you sent? It's prompt engineering, yeah.
That's the core of it. It's the skill, really, of giving clear, specific instructions, the prompts, to guide the AI towards, high-quality answers, useful answers.
So it's more than just asking a basic question.
Oh, absolutely. It's about crafting the question, thinking strategically to get the deepest insights from the AI about your articles.
Okay. So how does that work in practice, like different types of prompts?
Yeah, we can use a few different approaches depending on what we want to get out of the articles.
Yeah.
The simplest is just an instructional prompt.
Like a direct command.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Summarize the main points of this article about AI and copywriting. Straightforward. Get you the overview.
Got it. Simple enough. What else?
Then there's contextual prompts.
Yep.
This is where you give it extra background.
Yeah.
So maybe you feed it snippets from 2 different articles. Perhaps the section's discussing ethics and AI content. Then you ask, based on these parts, what are the common worries people are raising?
I see. So you give it the specific text, the context to compare.
Exactly. You're narrowing its focus. And then role-based prompts can be really powerful for analysis.
Role-based, like telling the AI to pretend to be someone.
Precisely. You could say, you are a skeptical marketing director. Read this article pushing AI content strategies. What are 3 potential problems the author might be glossing over?
Uh-huh. Okay, that's clever. So you make it adopt a specific viewpoint.
Right. It forces the AI to look at the information through a particular lens, maybe a critical one.
It feels like these different types let you really interrogate the articles from multiple angles, not just what does it say, but what does it mean? What are the weaknesses?
You've got it. It's like having a whole panel of virtual experts ready to give you different takes.
That's a great way to put it.
And, to make this even more structured, there's a handy framework called PAC.
PAC-CT. Okay, what's that stand for?
Persona, action, context, and task. It's just a simple way to remember the key ingredients for a strong prompt.
Okay, let's try applying PAC-CT to these content articles. P is persona. Who the model should be.
Yeah. So maybe a seasoned content strategist, like you said, or a tech analyst, maybe even someone focused on ethics, depending on the angle you want for that specific article.
Right. Then A for action, what it should do.
Exactly. Analyze trends. Compare arguments in the articles. Identify gaps. Maybe generate some alternative ideas based on what it read.
Okay. C is context. So that would be the specific article or maybe just a section.
Or even info about your industry, your audience, to make the analysis more relevant.
Got it. And T is task, the specific result you want.
Yeah. What output are you looking for? a bulleted list, a comparison table, a short essay on the risks. The clearer the task, the better the output.
Okay, so putting it all together with PayCT, something like, you're a marketing automation expert, persona. Analyze this article on new AI writing tools. Context. Identify 3 ways these tools could seriously boost campaign efficiency, action, for a company doing personalized email marketing, more context. Present it as a bulleted list,
It's
task.
much more specific than just summarize this article. It guides the AI much more effectively.
Yeah, I can see how that would lead to a much more useful answer.
Definitely. And once you're comfortable with basics like PayCT, you could explore some more advanced techniques. These can pull out some really surprising stuff from your sources.
Ooh, okay, advanced techniques. Like what, especially for analyzing these kinds of articles?
Well, one really useful one is few-shot prompting.
Few shot, meaning you give it a few examples first.
Exactly. Let's say you want the AI to spot, I don't know, common persuasive tricks used in articles about AI. You'd show it maybe 2 or 3 examples from different articles first, like, here's the trick, here's how it works. You can give it the new article and ask it to find similar things.
Ah, so you're kind of training it on the spot, giving it a mini lesson before the real task.
You got it. It helps it understand the style or format you're looking for.
That makes a lot of sense. What else?
Another one, especially for maybe denser articles in your collection, is chain of thought prompting.
Chain of thought. Okay.
This is where you ask the model not just for the answer, but to explain its reasoning step by step. So if an article makes a complex argument,
You ask the AI to walk you through the logic.
precisely, explain the steps the author takes to reach this conclusion. It helps you understand the argument's structure, its logic, and maybe even find weak spots.
That sounds incredibly useful for those really technical or research-heavy pieces. It's like getting the AI to show its work.
Exactly. And a sort of bonus tip related to that is self-consistency.
Self-consistency.
Yeah. Basically asking the same core question about an article multiple times.
Yeah.
Maybe phrase it slightly differently or point it at different paragraphs each time.
And then you compare the answers.
Right. If the answers are pretty much the same across tries, you can be more confident in the AI's interpretation if they're all over the place.
It might mean the prompt needs work, or maybe the article itself is a bit ambiguous on that point.
Exactly. It's a way to sort of check the reliability of the insight you're getting.
These advanced methods really highlight that it's not just typing a question, it's more like having a strategic conversation with the AI to really unpack these sources.
That's a great way to think about it. And like we touched on earlier, which specific LLM you use for this conversation matters too.
Right, because they have different strengths.
Absolutely. If one of your articles is heavy on visuals or talks about analyzing images for content, Gemini, with its multimodal skills, might give you richer insights than, say, a purely text-based model.
Makes sense.
But if you're dissecting a very technical piece about, I don't know, natural language processing algorithms for generating text,
Then maybe GPT-4's logic and coding strengths would be more helpful.
could be. The point is, it's worth experimenting. Try the same analytical prompt on a couple of different models sometimes.
See which one gives the most insightful analysis for that specific article or question. Don't assume one model is best for everything.
Exactly. Mash the tool to the task. And one more layer of control. Remember temperature and top apercies.
Ah, yeah, those sliders you sometimes see. Temperature controls randomness, right?
Sort of. Lower temperature, like close to 0, makes the output more focused, deterministic, maybe more factual. Higher temperature, towards 1, allows more creativity, more randomness.
Okay, so for a strict analysis, keep it low. For brainstorming based on the article, maybe turn it up a bit.
That's the general idea. And top is similar. It controls how many word choices the AI considers based on probability. Lower top means more focused, predictable language. Higher means it considers more diverse, less probable words.
So you can fine-tune not just what it analyzes, but the style of the analysis too. Focused versus creative.
Precisely. It gives you another level of control over the output to match what you need.
Okay, this is a lot to take in, but it feels really practical.
Yeah, so just to quickly recap the main things for using prompt engineering on your articles. It's about smart, targeted instructions. Use different prompt types: instructional, contextual, role-based. The PayCT framework helps structure them.
Persona, action, context, task. Got it.
Advanced techniques like few-shot and chain of thought offer deeper analysis. Remember, different LLMs have different strengths.
And experiment.
Yes. And finally, you can tweak temperature and top for nuanced control over the style.
So for you listening, the real key is just to start trying this out. take one of these ideas, maybe pick an article you're interested in, and just experiment.
Absolutely. Try summarizing it simply. Then try a role-based prompt to see what happens. Practice is how you really get a feel for it.
It builds confidence and skill.
For sure. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. As you get better at this, especially in areas you care about, like AI and content creation, think about how fundamentally this changes how you interact with information. It's not just reading anymore. It's actively analyzing, synthesizing, questioning with the AI. It's a new kind of personalized knowledge tool.
A new way to learn and generate ideas.
Exactly. So the question becomes, what new possibilities does mastering this skill unlock for your work, your learning, your goals? That's the really exciting part to explore.